This is Khashoggi and welcome to part 7 of Snake Game with Python and Turtle. In this part I'm trying to take care of the rest of the program, hopefully, if I can, and we can be done with it. Okay, now before we start, actually, I want to get rid of this Churchill.main loop and see if it can still work. It should work because we already have another while loop can keep the screen up and running all the time. So let's see. Yes, we can. Okay, and here we have what else we need to do, and we also wrote this part, the border collision. Okay, now we need to first take care of self collision. When snake, sorry about the sounds nearby, I'm not in my home, so I'm on vacation actually, Netherlands. I was saying something. Now we need to take care of snake self collision. When snake is growing and you are spinning and you can't pass or cross yourself, and we can do it very easy. We just need to go to snake class. We can also write it in while loop, main game loop, but I think it's cleaner here. You just write if self dot position, which is the head of the snake, in. Let's do it. This part is a little bit tricky because if we just write it this way, if self dot position in self dot body, then exit, or just exit, you will see what's going to happen. It's exit because every time it just check the head is inside the body anyway. So the trick is we have to ignore that segment which is in the body list, and we can do it by this way. -1. It means like if self, it means self position, if self dot position, which is head of the snake, in self dot body list minus the last index, then exit. And for doing that, if we don't want to have any more error, we have to come up and change the direction to something. We can change it to left or right, or later we can, for example, write a function who can give us the random direction every time we are starting the program. Now it's not jumping, but let's make our snake a little bit longer after we try to collide cross ourselves. Okay, one more time. Now now. Okay, yeah, it's jumping out, then it's working. And also one more thing, I wrote a different way. This part I wrote it in different way, and it was a little bit more complicated. I thought that could be a good idea because I used a list comprehension there, and I create one list with list comprehension, and after I start to check if the head of the snake is in that list. But I think it's not necessary. It's nice to have complicated code sometimes, just for saying like I can write complicated code. But I think when you can write something simple as possible, in my opinion, when you can write it simple, why make it complicated? I don't know. Okay, what's the next? What is the next? Now let's add some sound. For sound, in my GitHub I already add 2 files, which one of them is just used. For adding sound, especially for example in this game we just have one sound. When Snake is eating the apple, it's just it just makes some beep or something. But when we are writing for example more complicated games which we have more sounds for or more image, it's best to create another folder, name it whatever you want, sounds or assets, or normally it's called assets I think, and after redirect them and path it to your program. But for now, if you don't want to use path, and it's best you just leave that file, the sound file, inside your folder where you have the program or code. Now I did the same. Now for making sound we are using Mixer from Pygame, and for that first we have to start the Mixer, and by that we just call it mixer.init. It's like init method for Mixer is initializing the Mixer. And second we write a variable, whatever you want. I call it for example eat or eat, whatever it will be, mixer.sound with capital S, and inside the parentheses you have to write the name of your file. And let me check what was my file name here. Yeah, it was slide to sound, then slide to .wav, and let's see if there is no problem loading it. Okay, no problem loading it. And how we can use it, just go where in Apple class in update method, when we collide, Apple jump and Snake gets bigger. Then before jump we can write simply eat, which is the name of this variable we just created up there, dot play. And now we should have sound. Yeah. You can choose your own sound, or I think there was one little program you could have random sounds with MP3 or WAV format. I don't remember the name, but when I will check it out and I will let you know. Okay, what's the next? What we can do next? Let's say in my original program I have one arrow, but you can check it out. It's not so important to talk about it really. What about writing the game over? Okay, let's write game over. But for that, when we want to use write method in Turtle, we have to define a pen. Okay, then, and here we need 3 pens, I think, 2 pens. One is for score, and one is for game over. Then we just write the variable pen game over equal pen. The size should for the position size. The position should be somewhere starting in 110 or 100, for example. 110. Let's see what will happen in the color. We call it red for now, and looks okay. And let's make just normal function. Define game over, and we can write pen game over dot write. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. Should be okay. Right, and what we want to write there? We want to write game over. Game over, and font. I think I have to also call the turtle, because this pen game over is not related to any turtle. Okay, yes, I can do that. The font will be Arial, and for example 13, the size of the font, and we also make it bold. And you know what we can do? We can also let's create a simple class just to use it for our pens, because we need a couple of pens. And for example, one problem is when you want to delete something or undo it or erase it on Turtle, it will erase everything related to that class, and we don't want that happen to us. So let's make it class pen, very simple class, very fast, just turtle dot turtle, and here define. Here we can how we can call it, define dot init, and self will be x and y, which we need to pass as argument, as a place, and the position on the board and the color. Okay, and here just to write it this way this time, turtle dot init self, and here self dot height turtle, self dot speed, which is speed of drawing, and we don't want to see the pen, self dot pen up, and self dot set position, where it will be in x and y, and self dot pen color, which will be the color. So now it will make sense for you what we did here. We create an object from this class, we call it pen game over, and -100 and 0 is our x and y here, and the red is color. Now we use that object and use the write method from turtle class to write something. But where we can add it, we need to add it wherever we fail to continue playing. So for example, where we had that collision with borders, here instead of exit, let's call this game over. Well, let's call this game over. How we can call it? Let me check one more. We just need to call it very easy. Where is it? Gain over. See, I just made a mistake. This is good. I check it. Game over. Game over. And we come down. Oh, here. Instead of exit, we can write here just game over and time dot sleep, for example 2 seconds or 3 second delay. If I import time, yes, I import time, and after exit. Okay, let's see if it's working. Not working. Invalid syntax class board turtle by invalid syntax. What? Class board? Why? Class board class. Oh, because I forgot one parenthesis here. Didn't write anything. Oh, now right. Game over. Nice. Okay. And there was that delay before. Hello. Yeah. It was from before. We need to get rid of it. And we can do the same when we self collide here. Say game over time that sleep 3. Okay, and also we can't go backward with our snake. We already tried that. It's working somehow smooth, almost like a game. Okay, now. Okay, game over. Cool. What else? What else we can do? We can for example, we can make another instance of this class pen. We call it what? We call it pen.score or pen score. I call it pen underscore score equal pen, which is the class pen, and do I don't like here because I think pen should be big. It's capital, and also here should be pen as well as here pen. Then class pen, what kind of position we want? We want to have our score somehow outside of the boards and not disturbing us. Then be 390 minus the left corner, minus 390, and X core and Y core up, then 260, 70, 260, 260, and the color we call it yellow or yellow. We call it yellow. Now I want to show you something. And because we need to have two score, one score write the score and another one write the number. Then we say pen score write it here, score that right score with big S, capital S, or score this. Okay, score and font equal font. Font equal font. We can make font equal font also, but we have to create one font for ourselves. We create it here. We can write font equal Arial 12, for example. Very standard and bold. This can be done, and now we have font. These parts are very optional. You can design how you really like it. I just want to show you how to use write method, because especially when you are counting, if you don't use it correctly, it will write on the last number. So 1, it write 2, 3 on the 2, 4 on the 3, 5 on the 4, and it will be you can't see anything. So there I was. Okay, we just write it. We just write, because this won't change. Okay, this part. Fixed score. Fixed score. If show it somewhere. Okay, here in top left we have score. Then we need to now find a way to write the score, the numbers. Then we make another variable here, right? We make pen score counter equal, again from Stella. This is my sister-in-law's dog. She's walking. Score counter minus 330 again, something like that. 330, 275, and white. Now what Stella? Okay, just guys, hold on a second. Okay. Okay, now let's take care of that score very fast. I'm not so fast in coding, so I'm doing everything almost. This is my speed. We make one variable here, score equal 0. Now every time when we collide, I want to add it here. But can we add it here? Where we can add it? I think we need to go to where is it? Jump, update, snake tail. We can say score plus equal 1, or we need to pass it as an argument. I don't know if we can check. Yes, reference before assignment. I don't want to use global here. should we use it? Let's update self.score. Score reference, local variable reference before assignment. Then we can make it inside the class. Okay, let's make it inside the class and save ourselves some doing some crap. Okay. Then that one. Okay, instead of writing score here variable, we can add it to our class, Apple class. Where is my Apple class? And we can write it self.score equals 0, and here we can write self.score plus equal 1 and print self.score. Yep, I hope this gonna work. Should work. Okay, where is my we should have somewhere print. That is print. Okay, yeah, we had it. Cool. Now instead of writing here, we can write it this way. Pen. Oh, I don't know if we can do it. Pen.score. No. Now I think I'm going to do it in a different way. I don't like it. I really don't like this way. Set the jump, set the play. I don't know. Wait, I need to think. Alright. Then self.tail plus equal 1, and we can say self.score also plus equal 1. And now instead of print it, we write it pen score counter dot write, using write method, and self.score, which is this number, and font equal font. Now I will show you what I meant by the numbers are overwriting on top of each other. Where is it? Okay, see the score up there. 1. Oh, actually we have to change the position a little bit lower and to the right side. Again, 2 is written on top of the right 1. 3, and you can't even read it. So how we can fix it? The way we can fix it, well, first let me change this position. Where was our score counter? Down to the right, then we make it like 20. Where is it? 20 and also 60, where it will be. Let me check this first. Yeah, now it's good. Okay. The way we can avoid that overwriting, we simply write pen score counter dot clear. It means before it's write the next number, it's going to clean that area, and after write the number, and next time clean the last number and write the new number. So we shouldn't have that problem, overwriting problem now. 2, 3, and 4. So I think this is somehow complex little game. You can develop it more, you can add levels, you can increase the speed, something for you to figure it out. But I think I'm going to end this tutorial, and I'm thinking to come up with new game or something. I don't know, we will see. Okay guys, thank you for watching and see you in next tutorial.